Good evening. I'm First Deputy Superintendent Eric Carter. At approximately 1830 hours, a black vehicle speeding westbound on 79th Street in the 1000 block began firing at attendees of a funeral. At that time, the attendees of the funeral exchanged gunfire with the black vehicle. The black vehicle then turned northbound down Carpenter. Upon going northbound down Carpenter, they continued to fire at the attendees of the funeral, at which time the vehicle midway down the block crashed and came to a halt. The occupants of the vehicle then exited in multiple directions and fled. We currently have a person of interest being interviewed by area detectives at the area. Out of this incident, there are 14 victims being treated at 5 separate area hospitals. Conditions are unknown at this time. We currently, the detectives will be conducting a canvass for the rest of this evening and early tomorrow. We are hoping that the community, if you have any video or anybody that knows anything, will help the detectives in their canvass and offer any information that can help solve this crime.
How many shots were fired and how many shooters do you think there were?
Currently, right now, we have 60 shell casings on the scene. Shooters are unknown at this time for the exchange between the attendees of the funeral and those that were in the vehicle. So right now that's still being looked at by detectives.
Do you have an idea of the ages of these victims, those alleged attendees? Do you have children involved at this point?
At this time we have no known juvenile victims. All are adults at this moment.
First Deputy, funerals are often targeted in gang conflicts. Have these two groups had interactions with each other in the past? And is that theory as to motive this evening?
That's currently being investigated by the Detective Division.
Who was the funeral for?
Can't say at the moment.
I'm sorry if somebody asked this. Did you talk about a motive yet?
No, sir. Right now we have no motive. The detectives are looking into that. They're investigating that part of it.
Anybody in the vehicle shot?
Unknown at this time. All occupants of the vehicle fled in multiple directions, so we have one person of interest in custody. Right now they don't have any injuries, so we're still investigating that.
Sir, how shocked are you at the size, the amount of shots that were fired here, and the level of violence? It seems to be even more than what we're used to.
Right now, the shell casings and the scene still being investigated, but we'll go further from there.
And to be clear, you have multiple people. You have people in the black car shooting and those who were attending the funeral shooting. At any point, are any of your victims just people that were on the street? Do we believe you have everyone that was involved?
Right now, it's unknown if anyone was not a part of the funeral or a part of the vehicle. So out of the 14 victims, it's unknown right now if there were any innocent bystanders, so to speak, on the street that were being
So was there any police presence at the funeral before this all happened?
There is a car that was assigned for the funeral.
Why was that?
That was assigned by the district commander, just as a precaution, because of the size of the funeral.
Could they have done more to prevent this?
That's being looked at.
Was there prior knowledge that this was a possibility? Community activists say that they gave you guys a warning as recently as today that this was a real possibility. Was that something that you guys were aware of?
Not aware of who the community activist is that you're speaking of, but the commander of the district took every precaution that he could.
All those 14 victims shot? All those 14 victims, were they shot?
Right now, we're waiting on the results back from the area hospitals, but so far, it appears that they all just sustained some injury as a result of it. We're not sure if it's all gunshot wounds or not. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.